Today I'm going to talk about why I hated school. Well, when I was a kid, I really hated school and I still do hate school. But when I was a kid, I thought it was just me. But now, when I'm older, I think I totally understand now why I hated school, and I think it just wasn't me. I think it was something school did. But as an adult, I think I understand things better now, because I understand things now I didn't understand as a child. Yeah, because when you're a child, you always think like it's always your problem and you're the one that doesn't know because you're the young one and adults know better and I'm the one that's doing wrong. But now I'm an adult, I see adults who have a lot of power to make a child think the way they want. So now I understand better, but my opinion didn't change since I was a child, and yeah, I still hate school. So today in this video I'm going to tell you why I hate school and why I hated school. But first thing you have to know is that I live in the Netherlands, and maybe this school system works in another way than in the country you live in. Well, in the Netherlands, children are going to a lower basic school from age 5 till age 12, and then we're going to high school when we're 12 plus. So that's how it works in the Netherlands, so then you know. I never went to high school because I left school at age 13, but that's a whole other story. Maybe I will tell you later, but in this video I'm going to tell you why I hated school. One reason why I hated school was because it's very boring. I every day had to make calculations, and these calculations were every day the same, and I was always getting bored of it because these calculations were always the same and I've had to make them every day, day after day, like a zombie. And the thing was, it didn't interest me because I was making it as a zombie, and these numbers of the calculation didn't have a meaning. They just were there to keep your mind busy and to keep you busy, but those numbers didn't have a meaning. Well, I actually do love to learn with a meaning, because then I'm very interested in what I'm learning. But if something doesn't have a meaning, like just making some calculations because I have to, then it's boring. I like to calculate something with a meaning behind it, and that was something I really hated when I was at school, because I just was very bored. Because numbers can have meanings too, like the distance of the sun. That can be a number too, and that's something that interests me, and I like to learn something that's really interesting. Something I also hated from school, and I wasn't aware of that when I went to school as a child, but now I see this. Something I really hate from school is that they divide children based on levels, how they learn and how they read. They divide people with a high level, and those children are be seen as the smart people and they can do a lot, but you also have the children with a low level and they score really low, and they see those children as the dumb children. Well, I always scored a very low level on learning, and because of this I was always seen as dumb by the teachers and I was acted like dumb. But it's really hard to believe when you have a low level. It's really hard to believe and think you can more than that. Then I always thought I was very dumb and I didn't do my best to go to a higher level. I thought I was dumb and I was different than other people, and yeah, that's something I thought because of those levels they divided children in. And that was something I also hated, because the children with the highest levels and the children that were doing the best on school were allowed to learn things that wasn't allowed for children with a lower level. But the funny thing is, they were allowed to learn things I was very interested in. And that's very insane, because I wasn't doing well with math, but because I wasn't doing math very well, I wasn't able to learn biology. So probably you first have to be good in math to be able to learn biology. Well, biology was my thing to learn. And that's very insane. And I did never understand that. Yeah, as a child I always wanted more. I wanted to learn the difficult things like biology, but for me it was forbidden to do that because I had a lower level, and yeah, I was too dumb for that. Something I also hated from school is they always thought there is one way to learn. They teach children in one particular way, but if you're someone that's learning on a different way and prefers to learn on a different way, then they don't understand you and they won't help you. There's just one way to learn, but when that's not your way to learn, then they don't understand you. All children have to adjust themselves to the way of learning how teachers are teaching their children. And there's one way, and when you're thinking in a different way and thinking in another way and learning in another way, then they don't understand you and there's no place for you. I now understand. I didn't understand this as a child, because as a child I did think I was dumb, but now I see as an adult I'm learning in a different way than all other children did. Because when I was banned at school and I was learning at home, I was interested in learning, but I did it in another way than other people do. On school, they start with learning you easy things, and they're getting more difficult each day and each year, and they teach you from easy to difficult. But in my case, I saw I'm learning from difficult to easy because I'm more interested in difficult things, but that's something teachers don't understand. And yeah, but that's the way how I learn, and they don't teach you like that on school. This is the thing I hate the most from schools, is that schools are dependent with diagnosis. When a child has trouble with spelling, then they don't deserve extra help because they don't have the label dyslexia. This was something I saw on school a lot, and I still see it today. So probably you first need a label on your name to prove you need help. But they don't see the human inside you that needs the help. They just want to see a label and that proves you to need help. But why do children need a label to deserve help? What does hold a teacher to help someone that's in trouble without a label? Why needs that person first label to deserve help? I don't understand this, and this happens to me too, and it's something that's something I really hate. And I never understand this, because I thought school was meant to learn and not to prove yourself, to have something to learn. Why do you need something to prove school? You need more help to learn when school is there to help you learn. I don't understand. Then what are you doing on school when they don't help you learning? So first you need a label when you're in trouble, and when you don't, then you just swallow away and they don't care. Because you don't deserve help. That's what happened with me, because I didn't have a label. And no one did help me, they just let it be, and yeah. For me it sounds like someone thinks his leg is broken so he can't walk, but then there's something standing next to him and that person is saying to that person, but you can walk because it's not proven yet that's broken, so you have to walk first, and when you prove it's broken, then maybe I will help you. For me it sounds the same, and it's the same logic. I don't get it. Okay, these were the most important things why I hated school. There's even more, but maybe I will tell you that in another video. Well, this was my new video. I hope you like it, and maybe you recognize a lot. I hope so, because then I'm not the only one. Well, this was my new video, so bye!